After we get done resting in Dewford, we talk to Mr. Briney and go to Slateport and then go past Slateport into Route 110 to finally battle May. She's looking for some Pokemon when we run into her and challenges us to a battle. She leads Shroomish and we lead Algebra to Thunder Wave it while Shroomish tries to Stun Spore us, but Shroomish misses. We use Quick Attack for some damage and wait to get a clean switch in when Algebra does go down, but Shroomish's Effect Spore, which can cause sleep, poison, or para upon contact, activate to put Algebra to sleep. Shroomish does try to Stun Spore us after the Quick Attack, but we are already asleep due to the Effect Spore. We just stay in to try and get some damage with Algebra, but we stay asleep for a turn. We do get lucky and Shroomish is paralyzed this turn, so nothing really happens. LOL. We keep trying to wake up while the Shroomish lands a Leech Seed on us. To make sure that the Shroomish doesn't really get HP from the Leech Seed and also get rid of the Leech Seed off of Algebra, we switch out to Aerial while we get hit for a massive damage from Mega Drain. We are only able to deal a little damage with Peck because Shroomish takes out Aerial very quickly. We decide to go into Surge because it has Leer, which lets us lower defense. It manages to land a Stun Spore while we just try to lower its defense more and more. It misses the first Leech Seed, but the second one lands, prompting us to switch into Ursula to get a clean switch in and get a little chip damage. After Ursula goes down, we go back out into Surge to try and get some damage in. Shroomish lands a Leech Seed and starts to begin a hard battle because of Leech Seed and Mega Drain versus this. Shroomish lands a Leech Seed and then begins a hard battle because of the Leech Seed and Mega Drain heal on the Shroomish. I'm really starting to not like this Pokemon. We switch to Algebra to start using Quick Attack to deal with the Shroomish and get rid of the Leech Seed off of Surge. We manage to wake up pretty quickly and land a few hits on the Shroomish, taking it out as it gets parried and misses Leech Seed before it can restore its HP. Marshtomp comes out and we decide to let Algebra go down with the Growl to lower its attack while a Mud Shot hits and kills. We switch to Lily for our Grass type attacks because Marshtomp is now a Water Ground type. It is now 4 times weak to Grass. It tries to bite to deal double damage that it took, but Lily's Grass type attacks quickly take down the Marshtomp. Numel comes out and Lily uses Nature Power that turns into Swift to deal some damage while Numel uses Ember and Churn. This seems to be the Numel's whole plan because he uses Ember each time that it can, but Lily is able to use Absorb and Bullet Seed to take down the Numel. After beating May, we are given an item finder, which lets us find items that are hidden in the map that aren't being shown as a Pokeball. We continue past Route 110 and reach Maulville City. We start off getting Rock Smash, and then we quickly go above the city into Route 111 to fight a certain family for a certain item. The Windstrat family is a group of trainers that introduces the Macho Brace item and EVs. EVs are short for effort values. Every Pokemon has IVs or independent values and EVs or effort values. And the only thing I will say about IVs is that every Pokemon has a certain number of IVs and they are preset for whenever you get the Pokemon. You do have ways to maximize them, but we're not going to focus on them in this challenge. We're just going to focus on the EVs. Every Pokemon is able to have 510 EVs per Pokemon in Gen 3, and each stat can have a max of 255 points. You get points in each stat by defeating certain Pokemon, because each Pokemon gives out certain stat points. For example, Pikachu gives out 1 speed EV point each time you defeat one. If you defeat 255 Pikachus, you max out your speed because of the points into speed. You can max out 2 stats on each Pokemon because of the limit, or you can distribute the 510 points however the person sees fit. The other thing the Windstrat family does give you is a Macho Brace, and this item doubles your EV points at the expense of half speed while using it. So for example, the Pikachu that gives you 1 speed EV point will now give 2 speed EVs. It will now take only 128 Pikachus to max out the speed stat. This will help me with the next part of the challenge, so we take on the Windstrat family. This is a decently difficult thing because it's 4 fights in order and I cannot heal in between battles, so it's going to take some time to get through all 4 battles. It does take me about 4 times to beat the family, and I do have to do a few things in between in order to finally win against them. In between the fights, I do catch the next Pokemon I can use for the challenge, and the Pokemon is Meryl. Meryl learns Rain Dance naturally, which means that we can use it, and is one of the Pokemon that is needed for one of the steps for the final team. It's part of the Water 1 egg group, which means that we can breed our Lily and Meryl to get a Lotad with a clean EV slate. As we have used Lily to defeat the game, we was getting EVs from all the Pokemon that we was defeating, and there is no way to clear the EVs from a Pokemon in this gen, so while it would have been wonderful to keep Lily for this challenge, I do want to have my final team to be fully EV trained with the best that I can train them, so we get a new Lotad named Aqua. Lucky for us, it does get modest nature, and that raises our special attack and lowers attack, and that's good for Ludicolo because it's a special attacker, so it helps us optimize our Ludicolo for the final team. I was never trying to get the best natures because it's a roll that could take a long time to get the right one, and then I want certain abilities on certain mons, so it would take even longer to get both the best natures and best abilities on the final team members, so I focused on not just getting negative natures that would cripple the Pokemon. Was just very happy to get modest on Aqua, honestly. We also go catch another Goldeen, so that way we can breed Ursula and the Goldeen to get a fresh Magikarp, which we name Atlantis. Lily, Ursula, the Goldeen, and the Marill do get EXP from the breeders because each Pokemon gets 1 EXP point from every one step I take, and it takes some time with each of the Pokemon to get some decent natures and the right abilities on the new Pokemon. We don't plan on using them until we take down the Windstrat family, and with the Pokemon that was in the daycare that got some levels, we were able to finally take the family down on the 4th time. We have Ariel, which we get some levels in the daycare, Marill or Peekaboo, Lily, Algebra, Surge, and the other Goldeen because it did learn Heart Attack in the daycare, which helps. The dad is the first person that we face, and he has a Tailo and a Zigzagoon. He leads with Tailo while we lead with Goldeen. We use Horn Attack to knock the Tailo into yellow health, proccing the Oran Berry to healing it while it goes for focus energy. We get hit with a Wing Attack and a Growl before the Tailo does go down to Horn Attacks. When the Zigzagoon comes out, we can use Supersonic because the Growl lowered our attack, and that means that using Horn Attack will take longer, and it puts Goldeen in danger of going down before taking down the dad. We land it, and it is able to use Growl and lower our attack even more. We go to Surge to reset our attack on Goldeen and use Thunder Wave, which lands while the Zigzagoon hits itself once and breaks a Confusion, but only uses Growl, which doesn't really do anything much as we switch to Peekaboo. We take a Headbutt, then Peekaboo takes it down with a Rollout. After defeating the dad, Mom is the next trainer to defeat. She only has Roselia, but I am learning that at the moment, Grass Pokemon is my kryptonite from my team. The reason it took me a few times because I kept having trouble taking down the Roselia, and by the time I was able to get past it, my team was weakened and it was hard to beat the last 2 trainers. We lead Goldeen against the Roselia, and we start the battle with Supersonic, which makes her hit herself. We manage to hit it with a Horn Attack. Roselia breaks out of Confusion, but misses the Stun Spore, which is good for us. We try to land a Supersonic and miss, letting Roselia land a Stun Spore on Goldeen and paralyzing him. And then we see some crazy RNG happen as we miss Supersonic, get parried, while trying to use Horn Attack, while the Roselia chip damages us with Poison Sting and then finishes off with a Mega Drain. Algebra comes in to hit Roselia with a Thunder Wave, while it hits Algebra with a Stun Spore, trading paras. We get hit with a Mega Drain while we spam Quick Attacks. It does get parried the next turn, and then for some reason starts to spam Poison Sting while we continue to spam Quick Attack, which lets us take down the Roselia. After that surprising victory, the daughter is the next trainer to fight, and she has Marill, Shroomish, and Numel. We lead Peekaboo while Marill is on the other side. We start with Rollout because it's a rock type move, and while it won't be effective on the Shroomish, it doubles damage on each hit for 5 turns. We take down the Marill before its own Rollout does too much damage against us, and at that point, Rollout is strong enough to one-shot the Shroomish, which is good because I don't want to deal with Stun Spore anymore. Numel comes out, and we use Bubble Beam to one-shot the Numel, ending the battle against the daughter, bringing out the Grandma for the final fight. She has Meditite, and we lead with the newly evolved Azumarill or Peekaboo still. We use Bubble Beam while we get hit with a high jump kick from the Meditite, and then we can take it down the next turn with another Bubble Beam. After beating all 4 of them, we go inside and get the Macho Brace. With this, we put Atlas and Aqua in the daycare to get them to level 10, so then that way we could train them against the wild Pokemon to EV train. I also catch another Electrike named Sparky, so that way it has no EVs, and then we start the EV training. I already did the research for each final member of the team of what Pokemon I need to beat to get the EVs I want on them. For the final team, the first 3 Pokemon of it is Ludicolo, Gyarados, and Manectric. For Ludicolo and Manectric, we want max special attack and max speed. For Gyarados, we want max attack and max speed. For the max speed, I need to defeat Magikarp for 1 speed EV points or 2 EV points thanks to the Macho Brace. For max attack, we need to defeat Goldeen for 1 attack EV or 2 attack EVs with the help of the Macho Brace. For max special attack, we can do a split of Oddish for 1 point, 2 points from the Macho Brace, or we can defeat Roselia for 2 points, 4 points from the Macho Brace. I started my long journey taking down these 4 Pokemon for the EV points for Aqua, Atlantis, and Sparky. I didn't realize a problem until a bit later, and that is levels. We still get experience with wild Pokemon for defeating them, and I realized quickly that if I don't do something about it, I will over level past Wattson Ace, and I don't want to do that to make it fair. We also do learn that if you use the experience share on other Pokemon, it gets EVs from the defeated Pokemon. For example, if Lily is holding the Macho Brace and took down a Magikarp and got 2 speed EV points from it, Atlas would also get half AXP and 1 speed EV point. I try to use this to my advantage to save time grinding and hopefully not get over leveled on my Pokemon. I ended up letting Surskit hold the experience share at some point to help keep some of the EXP gain go down for some of my members. Please like the video and subscribe to give love to Surskit again for helping us out in this challenge. After the whole EV training, the team that we have now is Atlantis the Gyarados at level 22, Aqua the Lotad at level 26, Sparky the Electrek at level 23, Peekaboo the Azumarill at level 25, and Ariel the Goldeen at level 23. Peekaboo and Ariel are not final team members, but they are still good Pokemon to have on the team to help out for now. I do know that Aqua and Peekaboo are past the level cap, but I feel like I really couldn't do anything else to stop some of the EXP gain without not thinking about the EXP share earlier to help with the EXP situation. With that in mind, we just have to accept what happened and continue from there. We talked to Wally, who is outside Watson's gym and wants to challenge the gym. He asked to battle us to show his uncle that he is ready, but Atlas takes his routes down in one hit, showing Wally that he has much to learn and to wait before taking on the gym. They head to Vernon Turf Town, and we head inside Watson's gym. Watson's gym is electric type, which is super effective on almost everyone except Aqua, and Atlas is 4 times weak to electric type. He has 3 Pokemon, the first being Magnemite, level 22, electric and steel type Pokemon. It has Magnet Pull, which means that steel type Pokemon cannot be switched out, and it knows the moves Thundershock, Supersonic, Sonic Boom, and Thunder Wave. The next Pokemon is Voltorb, level 20, electric type Pokemon, and has the ability Soundproof, which gives it immunity to sound moves like Screech, Supersonic, Boom Burst, and it knows Rollout, Spark, Sonic Boom, and Self-Destruct. His ace is Magneton, level 23, electric steel type Pokemon with Magnet Pull as well, and it knows Shockwave, Supersonic, Sonic Boom, and Thunder Wave. He uses 2 Super Potions in battle, which means that we can use 2 Super Potions as well. We try to get through this gym without battling that many trainers because of our levels already and get to Wattson pretty quickly. He leads Magnemite while we lead with Atlas. Intimidate goes off from Gyarados as we go for tackle, not doing too much damage to Magnemite as it hits a Thunder Wave on Atlas. A turn gets wasted as we get parried and Sonic Boom misses, then we're able to hit a bite while we dodge a Supersonic on the next turn. It does connect to Sonic Boom next while we land another tackle on the Magnemite, not doing too much damage again. Thundershock from the Magnemite took down Atlas pretty quickly while Tackle kept not doing much damage unfortunately. We bring out Ariel to hit a Horn Attack hoping to take down Magnemite, but it lives and lands a Thunder Wave on Ariel. We do heal the para though because we put a Cherry Berry on Ariel, and then the next turn Wattson heals the Magnemite while we try to land a Supersonic and miss horribly. We outspeed and hit the Supersonic next turn, have the Magnemite hit itself on its turn, which lets us use Tail Whip on the Magnemite to lower defense so Horn Attack can do some good damage. Magnemite does hit itself a few times, letting Ariel get a Horn Attack and another Tail Whip before getting hit with a Thunder Wave. Unfortunately, with the Para and Thundershock, Magnemite takes out Ariel fairly easily. We go into Surge, using Quick Attack to take down the Magnemite and having Voltorb come out. Sparky and Voltorb start to trade Sparks with each other, Sparky at first winning because of the EV training and getting a pair on the Voltorb from Spark, but Voltorb lives on 1 HP and uses Self-Destruct to take down Sparky as well. He brings out his ace next while we bring out Aqua. We use Water Gun for neutral damage while Magneton paralyzes us with Thunder Wave. Magneton goes for Sonic Boom while Aqua goes with Water Gun again, both dealing decent damage to each other. We just keep going for Water Gun to take down the Magneton while it misses Supersonic, and then Wattson heals it with a Super Potion. At first, Magneton and Aqua trade Water Gun for Sonic Boom, but then Magneton uses Shockwave to take out Aqua, leaving Peekaboo as the last Pokemon on the team. It misses the first Supersonic, letting us use Bubble Beam while the second Supersonic lands and causes us to hit ourselves. It uses Sonic Boom on us the next turn, and then we manage to take down the Magneton through confusion with Bubble Beam. With this ace defeated, we beat Wattson and get the Dynamo badge. I'm happy to have beat Wattson on the first try, letting us continue this challenge and showing how a rain team could work in Pokemon Ruby version so far.